What's the great lock-in? Like I'm locked in, but not to what I want to be locked into. Like I'm trying to get unlocked from. So, hey people, in yesterday's video, I didn't say hi, I didn't say bye, I didn't say any of those things. And, I apologize because it was just, I guess, something I needed to get out in that moment. I do intend on taking YouTube seriously, so I know I'm supposed to say, oh, hi everybody, this is Ebony and welcome to my channel. And, here we talk about blase, blase, blah. Honestly, right now it's just, hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm trying to figure some shit out. And if you want to help me figure some stuff out, or if you want to see how I figure some stuff out, subscribe, like, share it to someone who might need to figure some shit out too. And I think we can take it from there, right? Because today wasn't super easy, but it wasn't super hard either. It's kind of numbing. So I know yesterday when I was creating my last video, I told you guys that I noticed that I was not doing the things that I enjoy doing anymore. And I just started noticing like my lack of motivation, effort, desire, and all those types of things that I used to have. And I thought when I was watching and trying to do some minor edits on the video, which took me forever, I looked at it like, damn, those people might not even think, like, other than me saying I took my kids to school, it doesn't sound like I'm a mom. And I just wanted to clear the record that I am a mom. I'm a boy mom. I'm also a wife. And I work a full-time job. I work from home, which, kind of adds to like that isolating factor. But I do have the things. And some people might look at it and say, well, you smile a lot or you laugh a lot and you don't look depressed. And I just wanted to come in and just nip that in the bud before anything, because depression looks different on everybody. There are many different signs of depression and they get expressed differently depending on the person. So there's no cookie cutter way of how somebody who's depressed is supposed to act, because I can easily be feeling like the whole world is crumbling down over me. But when it's time for my oldest son to have his cross country track meet, I'm there with the camera, I'm jumping, I'm his biggest cheerleader. Like I'm showing up for my kids. That's a non-negotiable. Am I sometimes screaming in my head like I can't deal? Like, hell yeah. But they won't see that, right? And it's not because I'm not going through something, it's because code switching is real. Sometimes you don't even realize that you are code switching because it's just natural and it's just what needs to be done. I can't sit and allow my kids to see me depressed, because I don't want that to be the memory that they have of their mom or of their childhood. Oh my God. I remember my mom's depression, and it was rattling because I didn't know what was going on. My dad wasn't supportive at all. My grandparents, they were kind of old school, so it was like, oh, no therapy and things like that. My mom, she was just really unsupported, and I think that sent her on a unhealthy path, a really unhealthy path. I don't want that to be something that my kids remember about me. I do tell them that sometimes, oh, I'm not having a good day, but then I also show them how I'm going about changing that. I ask them every morning, what kind of day are you going to have? And then they tell me like, oh, I'm going to have a good day. And then I ask, well, what's going to ensure that you have a good day? And they'll say something like, I'm going to pay attention in class, and I'm going to make sure I get all my work done. And I'll throw out something. Another good way to make sure you have a good day is to find something to laugh about, or find something to make someone else laugh about, because, you know, laughter is nature's medicine. And I'll say something like that. It may sound cheesy, but I think that one of the memories of my kids are going to be that mom always says something cheesy. And that's kind of just my thing with them. And I try to anchor those habits so hard that even on my days where I'm just like, I don't even want to come out of my room, I still have muscle memory to make sure that those kind of things get anchored in. When I don't drop them off at school, it's a regular routine where once my oldest goes, I close the door and I yell through the house, "One down," and my youngest yells back, "One to go." That's just our routine. Despite whatever I'm going through at the time, I make sure that I do these things so that they have a sense of normalcy even when I'm feeling extremely abnormal in myself and in my day. You know, being a mom it's wonderful, but it's also one of the most stressful things, because in real time, you know that you're trying out some shit. You're trying it out. It's trial and error, because you want to acknowledge that there were certain things in your childhood that you didn't like, and so you're ensuring that you don't do those things to your kids, while also making sure that, you know, the things that you're trying, because there's no proof, the things that you're trying are not messing them up in real time. You have to figure out, oh God, I gotta create a whole new curriculum when I didn't receive a good curriculum my damn self. So let's think about that part. And when we want to consider, how does your depression show up in your household? Honestly, it shows up with silence, minimal laughter. You're just existing. You're going through the motions. You're just floaty. And you don't really have anything to look forward to. Even though you do, right? But you just don't. I don't want the kids to normalize that as a way of being. So even when I'm sitting here, y'all, I'm sitting here in my car, Tabitha, and I'm thinking like, okay, just drop the kids off at school early because they do extra things in the morning for them. And I'm like, okay, back to the house, back to work. It's just hard right now. Like, even my thoughts are just blah right now. I'm trying to think of, there's so many things that I need to do and that I need to just get done. And I'm trying to wrap my brain around, okay, do this. And y'all, I'm big on like creating lists and making a plan. And I'm a big planner. Like, I love a plan. But it has just been a struggle to even figure out what step one of the plan is. Don't get me wrong, I got all the books. I got all the audiobooks. I got all the newsletters. I got all these things that tell me like, oh, well, just do this, do a 12-week year. And you know, it's the arc and it's the great lock-in. Like, I'm locked in, but not to what I want to be locked into. I'm trying to get unlocked from this current state and lock into something else. I have these things and I'm just, I don't know, is this a pre-midlife crisis? Like, I'm not, am I? I don't think I'm midlife. We're going to look that up. Yeah, we're going to look that up. But I don't think I'm midlife. This might be like a pre-midlife crisis. All I'm saying is this feels different. And I know I'm about to hit 40 next year, and maybe that's a thing. Like, I thought that I was going to be further ahead than I am right now, but I'm not necessarily in a rush to do all of these things. I'm just in a rush to feel stable and secure. That's really what it is. I don't feel grounded. I don't feel secure. This is the first time in my life where I can acknowledge that I don't feel secure. And y'all, your girl's been through some things, okay, like at an early age, and had to figure it out. And so even despite all of the craziness that was my childhood and young adult life, right now at 39, as a wife and mother living in the suburbs, like, this is my most unstable time of my life. And that blows my mind. That blows my mind right now. Because I'm like, I have been through so much that it's crazy to fathom that this is the American dream, right? Like, this is my most unstable, uncertain, insecure time of my life. And that shit pisses me off. I'm not gonna front. Like, it's bring it back to peace. Because, yeah, what the helly? Anyway, I'm supposed to come on here and say something encouraging, right? Like, I'm supposed to come in and say, hey guys, here's 5 steps to not being depressed, or here's 5 steps to, I need the damn steps. Why don't y'all drop some 5 steps for me? Okay, because I mean, I know what to do. And that's the thing that also nobody tells you on this self-discovery journey. When you know, you've seen, you've read, you've heard, you've discussed, journal, get it out, change up your routine, do something different, shock your system, right? Like, I do those things. And then I find, as I'm journaling, I have to actively not journal about all of the things, because I'll go down a rabbit hole. Y'all, I'm a Cancer. Okay? I am a Cancer. And when you talk about the emotional analysis of any and every interaction, y'all, like 652 tabs up here. And there's definitely a follow-up on each one of them, because I sit and I analyze things and I overanalyze things. I didn't used to do this as much. I always like pay attention and I analyze things. That's just something that I do. But the things that I've been noticing more recently is that I'm not just analyzing, I'm overanalyzing. Then, based on this over-analysis, I get into analysis paralysis. And then for some reason, it's defaulting to this fear of uncertainty, or the fear that whatever I choose is going to be wrong. I think that's stemming from this insecurity that I feel about making the wrong decisions. I think that I'm questioning my ability to make the right decisions because of the current state in which I feel my decisions have gotten me. Now, a lot of people might say, oh, what do you mean? Like, you just said it. You're a wife, you're a mom, you have a beautiful house in the suburbs, and you live in the American dream. I know that my life is probably someone else's dream life. I do not take my life for granted. But everybody's dream life is subjective to them. And just because somebody has what you might consider enough doesn't automatically convey to them that they have what they truly desire. Right? Is that fair to say? Because I look at celebrities' lives and I'm like, oh my God, you have everything. Like, oh, I don't want to be no celebrity. That's not my dream life. Having all of that money, yes, yeah, that'd be nice. But having to walk around with security because somebody might try to do something like a fan or something, I don't want that at all. That is not my idea of a happy life. The anxiety alone of just the amount of security that I would want to have, okay, that stresses me. So that's not something that I would consider my dream life. But there are people out there who might consider someone who has a cute little cabin off on some plains in Scotland. Maybe that's their dream life. And I'm sitting over there looking like, do they have Wi-Fi though? Like, I can't deal. Everybody's idea of what their dream life is subjective. And while yes, I do have a lot of things that others might not consider anything to feel bad about or not to appreciate, I appreciate my life. I appreciate my family. I appreciate all of the things that I have. I appreciate all of the blessings that I've received. I appreciate all the effort that I put into attain my goals and all of that. But I also can acknowledge the fact that a lot of the decisions that I made was because of survival mode that I was in at the time that I made the decisions. I am an extremely creative person. When I say extremely creative, like sometimes the ideas that I have, they just fall at the wayside because I'm like, I don't have the mental capacity to execute that because in 2 seconds, I'm going to have another idea. It might be a little ADHD. It might be ADHD. I don't know. What I don't know. And if you knew what I did for my everyday job, for my W-2, it's boring as hell. It's so boring. There's no creativity. I can't express my creativity there to save my life. That is what I do for 8 hours a day. If I was empowered back then to follow my creativity, to follow the things that light me up, then I would have made a different decision. So that's why I said, like, yes, my life is, I appreciate my life. I am thankful. I am thankful for my job. Okay. Because there are folks out here, unfortunately, due to, stuff. I don't even know if we're supposed to talk about it on YouTube, but whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. There's a person that's wreaking havoc on just my sanity and the sanity of all Americans. So, and those people who are directly impacted by those terrible decisions that person is making, I'm extra grateful and I'm extra thankful for my job. But at the same time, I know that I look at some of these other people, especially younger people, and I'm like, yes, do all the things, take a gap year. Who the hell needs college? Like, at the end of the day, I'm not going to say who needs college. There's a lot of people who need college, but there are other avenues to go these days that show us that crippling student loan debt, which I do have, is not all it's cracked up to be. There was just a lot of decisions that were made through trauma, through survival mode, through a lack of guidance. There were so many things looking back now. I'm like, things could have been different. But you don't want to go down that rabbit hole of shoulda, coulda, woulda, because there's nothing you can do about that now, right? I'm talking through this with you guys, okay? Like, this is my therapy session right now. I'm talking through it with you guys. There's nothing I can do about it now. So I need to pivot to a place of making decisions, not in survival mode, not in programming, not in thinking, well, what am I supposed to do? What do people expect me to do? in this time? How am I supposed to show up? I think that supposed to is what really messes me up, because now I feel like I have to perform and do something that's an expectation of someone outside of me, whereas I really just need to sit my ass down and say, Ebony, what is it that you want to do? Period. Period. What do I want to do? Period. And then do it. Now, will that mess up a couple of people's expectations? Probably. Probably. And I think that fear of the stirrup, the fear of the stirrup is really what paralyzes me, because I know that I want to do certain things, but I also know that me wanting to do certain things are not really going to jazz well with my current setup, right? So my current setup might, I don't know, my current setup might just burn all the boats. That's what they said, burn all the boats, because there's no turning back. And that's scary. And not to say it's, oh, well, if you make these decisions, then, you know, there's no turning back. And that's not a bad thing, because maybe you don't want to turn back. Maybe you don't want to turn back. But that doesn't mean that it's not going to be scary, because you're not the only one who was on those boats. There were other people on the boats. So if you burn all the boats, you're not just affecting yourself. You're also affecting all those people who were taking this ride with you thus far. And they may not be on board for this new stirrup. And so you have to decide, or I have to decide, if actually stirring things up is worth the aftermath. Is it worth the aftermath? Is your fear of staying in this state that you're in right now, where you feel insecure, you feel uncertain, you feel ungrounded, you feel like you have no anchor? Is this feeling worse than the possible chaos that might ensue if you decide right now to choose differently? You got to weigh your options, right? Internal calm or external calm. Because that's really what it is. Like, I feel crazy inside. Like, I feel not crazy. That's not a good word. I feel unhappy. I feel unhappy inside, so that everyone else can be happy outside. And I don't think that's right. Like, that just don't seem right to me. Okay. I never really considered like how I show up. I've always had to monitor my own behavior in order to survive, you know, to make other people feel calm, feel comfortable around me. And that went to the expense of me feeling comfortable with myself. And so I would just turn that off, because it's like, okay, well, things need to get done. Things need to happen. And so this is how it's going to get done. I need to make these people feel comfortable, or I need to make sure that they are good in their interaction with me. I need to do things to make sure that they are good. And that has always been my MO. And now I'm like, fuck them people. like that's really how I'm feeling. Fuck them people. Like, because I'm not happy. Fuck them people. Why should they be happy when I'm not happy? Like, I mean, with my kids excluded. But yeah. So anywho, that is my morning rant. I don't know. The timer is like 30 minutes. This is crazy for me to just be sitting here yapping in my car in the garage. I didn't think I was going to be a car yapper for my YouTube channel, but whatevs, it happens. And this is how I showed up today. So I thank you guys for listening. And see, I remember it this time. I thank you guys for listening. And I'll try to edit this to cut it down a little bit because maybe it's a lot, but I'm just trying to make it work. Okay. And if you want to see how this ends up, go ahead and subscribe, like, turn on that notification because y'all, I'm sporadic with it. I'm going to try to be consistent with this. And yeah, love yourself.